Alright, welcome today to the Epic Civil Engineer YouTube channel all over the world. Today we are going to discuss prepare a model of the building structure, simple building structure using ETABS 2016. It's a kind of integrated building design software. First of all, say something about the ETABS. ETABS actually, it is made a software for designing buildings, especially, and company name is CSI. The CSI companies and its 4 divisions provide turnkey staffing solutions to business across the country. So that CSI, ETABS is an engineering software product that caters to multi-story building analysis and design, modeling tools and templates, code-based load prescriptions, analysis methods, and solution techniques, all coordinate with the grid-like geometry unique to this class of structure. So this is the first interface of ETABS 2016. You can start a new model using File, New Model. In that new model thing, you have several options. But first of all, initialization options. You can use saved user default settings, or you can use from a model file, or you can use built-in settings. In built-in settings, I choose the display units as metric SI and steel database as BS Shapes 2006 and steel design code as BS 5950. I'm going to design this code of ethics of British standards, and concrete design as I select BS 811097. So I can start. Now program itself give some templates in order to start the design initially, and we can choose whatever we need. Alright, File, New Model, using build setting, OK. Now I have to wait until it comes the windows. Yes, new model quick templates are given. Here you can use a blank one, grid one, steel deck, staggered truss, flat slab with perimeter beams, waffle slab, two-way or rib slab. So I like to use this grid only system, and you can give the story dimensions here. In story dimensions, you can put the number of stories. I put 3. Typical story height, it's in meters, 3 meters, and bottom story height I select 4.6 meters. And here you can input data if the grid system is uniform, or later you can customize these numbers. So number of grid lines in X directions I choose 4. Number of grid lines in Y direction I choose 3, and spacing in grid direction I use 6, and for this Y direction spacing I use 4. So I can start my grid only model. What I have input will be displayed here. This is the plan view, and this is the isometric view, but this is only the grid system. So this ETABS model, now in that software they analyze the structures using finite element methods. The finite element method is a numerical method for solving problems of engineering and mathematical physics. Typical problem areas of interest include structural analysis, heat transfer, fluid flow, mass transport, and electromagnetic potential. So that thing is taken from Wikipedia, and now we have finished drawing the grid line system. So our next step is to define the material. So I have this menu, define. From define, you can choose material properties, and you have several material options. This 4000 psi is for concrete, so I choose it, and I can modify that, modify show material. So if needed, I can rename this as concrete. Alright, here The material type is concrete. There are several material types, isotropic, and so many details to be filled, or it's automatically filled. The Poisson's ratio, modulus of elasticity, coefficient of thermal expansion, and all that. Here you can change the design property data by clicking this modify show material property. Here you can clearly see concrete cube compressive strength FCU is given as 27.58. So I am going to use 25 as the concrete strength, compressive strength FCU. So I incorporated it, and now I have done it. Okay. Again, define material properties, and I choose this A615GR6. That is for rebar. Rebar means reinforcement. We can modify that. In that, I'm going to make this rename as rebar. So material type is rebar, and all the details, numerical details are filled. From this material property data, you can customize the characteristics of rebar material: weight per unit volume, mass per unit volume, modulus of elasticity, coefficient of thermal expansion. Design property data you can incorporate those using this button. From that button, here minimum yield strength of concrete FY is given as 413. So from Asia, for Asian countries, we usually use 460 yield strength rebar. So I incorporate it here, and now I have finished defining rebar and concrete. So material defining task is now finished. My next task is to define the section properties. Sections means what we are going to use to draw our building structure. Say we use columns, we need to define columns, we need to define slabs, we need to define the beam elements and all that. So you can go it there from here, define section properties, frame sections. From that frame section, some inbuilt properties are given here, or you can add new property by clicking this button. In that add new property section, you can clearly see several sections are there for concrete, steel, and special and steel composite. So I'm going to choose a concrete rectangular section, and I choose this rectangular one, and I need to fill the dimension. First I give a name. So first I'm going to select column 225 into 225. So material I choose as concrete, and again depth and width as 225 and 225. Yes, you can clearly see it will be drawn here. There are property modifiers. If you need, you can change those, and in the reinforcement section you have modify show rebar. Here clear cover is given. Number of longitudinal bars in two directions are given. So I change it to 2 because only 2 bars can be inserted into 225 width. So I incorporate it, and you can clearly see the column section here. And you can clearly see in this design type thing, the column has been selected for PM2M3 design. If you are going to define a beam section, you need to change this option to M3 design only beam section. So I have finished defining the column section. Again, I am going to define the frame section, that is for beam sections. You can go add new property here, and concrete rectangular concrete section, and I give the name as beam 225 into 400. Now I give the dimension, depth as 400 and width as 225. You can clearly see the section size is changed, but it's only available as a column, so I need to change it from this reinforcement modify section, and I choose this beam only design type. Now I can fill the clear cover and all that. Using this, I have finished defining the beam sections. Now I have to define a slab section. So go to define section properties and slab section. In that slab section, available slab sections can be modified, or you can add a new property. I'm going to rename or modify this slab 1 property here. So I rename it as slab 150. I'm going to insert a 150 millimeter thickness slab. Alright, I have finished defining the slab. Now I can start drawing my model of the building. So drawing, we have covered in this video how to draw a grid line system and how to define material properties and how to define section properties. From our next video you can learn how to draw the model and how to apply the loads and how to analyze it. Until then, subscribe us and please be with us. Good luck. Good day.